Hello, welcome to Freedom from Pelvic Pain. My name is David McCoy and I'm here with Jack. He's going to be speaking about his recovery from chronic pelvic pain. So thanks for being here, Jack. So firstly, how long did you suffer from pelvic pain for?
I had pelvic pain for about 2.5 years off the top of my head. It started in 2019, right at the start of 2019. In January.
Okay, and so a long time. What sort of treatments did you try for that previously?
Well, when I first got pelvic pain, I didn't know what it was. I was kept on Googling, putting my symptoms in. They were telling me I've got like a urinary tract infection or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay. So I went to the doctors. And they did some checks and said I didn't have an infection or anything like that. So they said, I reckon you've probably got inflammation. So I said, okay.
Okay.
So they gave me some anti-inflammatories for a couple of weeks and still had it. So I thought, great. Then I was becoming aware of what I had through the internet. So I was Googling, and it kept saying chronic pelvic pain, pudendal neuralgia, all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, kind of frightening sort of diagnosis. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm freaking out, thinking, great, this is awful. So I Googled, like how to get rid of it, cure. And I like to watch videos. So I came on YouTube and there was just lots of people, predominantly women, who were doing lots of stretches and things like that. So I thought, okay, maybe it's tension. So I just did lots of stretches, like happy baby pose and, stuff like that.
Yeah. Didn't get very far, I expect.
No, I don't think so. It was more just like maybe in the moment relief, but it was something that stuck. So I then paid a fortune to see some private people in London. Went to some clinic. I can't remember what it was called now, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about the name. But we get the idea. Yeah, so you tried the sort of private medicine and sort of physical therapy route.
Yeah. So I had a look over by this girl. I was laying on a bed, and she sort of, was trying my flexibility and things like that. She said, "Oh, you're very flexible, and there's no tension." And she stuck her finger up my butt and was like, "Oh, there's nothing going on there." And
okay.
That was about it. So I thought, okay, great. Then I saw another physiotherapist in London. So it was just money going out all the time on.
This, I know the story. Yeah.
So then I went on Facebook groups, which I hated because it was just really negative and this for 25 years and I've had this for 50 years and you're never going to get better. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I was just going in these groups and then I came across DCT and I didn't really know what DCT was. I thought it was a clinic or I don't know. So then I found you.
Yep.
And we talked about doing this resistance stretching. So I started with the resistance stretching, noticed a bit of relief.
So it kind of calmed the pain down initially, which I think is what resistance stretching's very effective at, initially calming down the pain. But then you kind of hit a plateau, perhaps, with the resistance stretching.
Yeah. If I'm honest, I was a bit bored of it as well. Like I'd get home and the last thing I would want to do is spend an hour doing these stretches. And
I think it's difficult to keep going with it. Yeah, I would agree.
It was quite a commitment. So I just, it fizzled out for me. I thought, I've got no motivation. So I then plateaued. And then I suppose from that point, I just was looking at people who had recovered before through you. And I came across this lady.
You started advising more sort of weight training before you. Yeah. To kind of push you on. Yeah. Okay, so you kind of started adding sort of deadlifts. I think you told me you started doing, and then you did the cable machines, a lot of cable machine work, which you can still do eccentrics on a cable machine.
Yeah, that's right.
So you started really, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you started becoming, strong throughout your range of motion, I think, is your sort of strategy.
Yeah, definitely. So I was incorporating the deadlifts and things like that, like heavier weights. It wasn't just my own body weight. It was like I bought some equipment and was using it from home. And I started doing more isometric, so just holding the weights and getting comfortable with just, holding something that heavy at first. And I was reading some good stuff about it, so I did that.
Your isometrics help pain as well, so definitely, I would agree with that. Yeah.
So I noticed probably a month in doing lots of these different holds and stuff that because I basically, my symptoms were lots of pain, like I had nerve sensations all in my legs. It was like
I used to have that as well, and all the horrible leg pain was terrible on me as well, so I relate to that. So it was like this strange sensation going on that it spread to my legs. It was in my groin, it then spread to my legs, and it was all this prickling sensation. This was before I started DCT, by the way. It was it'd gone to the legs just before I found you. And I started to get all this pain in my legs. And so to be clear, you brought the original course that I created a few years ago. That's the course. That's why you're referencing DCT. And so then you moved on. So you used resistance stretching as your sort of foundation, which lowered the pain, and then you eventually moved on to progressing the load on these painful areas. I think that's fair to say. I think that's the path out of pelvic pain. Personally, you do need to progress it. There needs to be increased resistance, concentrically and eccentrically, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And then okay. And do you still go to the gym now?
Yeah, so after doing isometrics for a little while, after talking to some of the members who said that they did it, I thought, right, brilliant. And I noticed holding these weights and doing these weights that because I had all this pain in my legs, pain in my groin, and then I started to get dysfunction shortly after the pain. So I was getting like erectile dysfunction, urinary issues. So I'd go for a pee.
Urinary frequency.
Well, no, it was the opposite for me. I wasn't getting the frequency. It was like my brain was telling me, you want to go for a wee, and I'd go for a wee, but there'd be a big pause and I'd be concentrating to pee and all this crazy stuff.
So you had the feeling of urgency, but you didn't have to. You couldn't.
You
didn't have to be. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's common with CPPS.
Yeah.
So you had all these other sort of functional problems as well, not just the pain going on.
Definitely, yeah. So the one of the biggest frustrations for me was erectile dysfunction, because I'd never had it before in my life. It was just something that natural, obviously.
Yeah, and you're young as well, So
like wake up with it, it happens randomly, and it was decreasing and was gone a lot of the time, and I'd have to concentrate. And anyway, back to the weights. I noticed weights started to bring my erections back. I was starting to wake up with them. They were less of an issue to keep. It wasn't like I was like trying to keep an erection. It was just there and comfortable.
You could sustain an erection easily after the weights.
Definitely. It flared my legs up really bad. I will be honest. My erections got better, but my legs got worse. And I was thinking, okay, that's half's got better and my legs have got worse, so I'm just going to keep doing it. And over time my legs start to get better.
I think it's normal for symptoms to flare after when you increase resistance in the gym. I think that's very common, and I think people need to be it should be explained to them not to panic when that happens. It's quite normal. You want to try and poke into the pain a little bit as you recover from this, I think.
Yeah, definitely. There was
you didn't really combine this with any regular stretching. That's what the interesting thing is. You kind of stopped all that. You did maybe the resistant stretching sometimes, but not the regular kind of static, relaxing stretching.
Yeah, I dropped stretching, and I was just doing really. I say heavy weights, but they're heavy for me. I was doing lots of squats and deadlifts, that kind of thing, and straight away it started to go to my back, and my back would hurt, and I was thinking, oh God. But again, in time that went away. The leg pain went away, the back pain went away, and I just started to notice that it was giving me relief from the pain. I couldn't wear trousers for 2 years.
So you couldn't wear sort of tight jeans and stuff like this.
No, it was like, oh great, my erections are shit, and I can't wear my own clothes that I want to wear. I have to wear shorts, and I know.
So it starts to affect your whole personality. This kind of problem, I think. Yeah.
So
all those problems. So you've got sexual functions back to normal now.
Yeah.
The pain is pretty much subsided. I think you get sometimes it flares up a little bit, maybe after the gym or not. You're pretty much pain free most of the time.
Yeah,
you would say?
I'm pretty much pain free now. So I'm walking around in trousers, tight stuff. I can wear what I want. My legs aren't prickling or flaring up or feel like they're on fire. My legs feel great. My erections are back. Maybe after a workout, the following day, I'll feel my legs will be a bit uncomfortable, but then the day after and a week later, they're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
that's a great success story. Yeah.
So
I think we've covered everything there. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm really appreciative. I'm sure that'll inspire a lot of people to start trying out resistance stretching and progressing on to strength training as well. And you're active on the Facebook group at the moment as well, aren't you? That people can join after they start.
I like to comment here and there and give my opinion on it. And
great.
In the early days, I watched these videos and, I used to get comfort from it. So for me to do this now, to say I'm pretty much recovered and, I just hope some people see it and feel comfort from it as well. So. Yeah.
Okay. That's fantastic. Okay. Well, thanks once again. So if you're interested in the course that Jack followed, you can visit www.freedomfrompelvicpain.com, or you can send me an email. My email's on the website. Okay. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.